Hello and welcome to the Psyched Practice podcast, your one stop for practical and useful clinical information, masterful insight from experts in the field, and a guide to daily living. I'm your host, Paul Wagner, and it's just me today. That's okay, because I have some exciting news and looking for this to be a bit more of a kind of a direct address from the Psyched Practice team here to you. So one of the big things that's recently happened is that we had the opportunity to attend PodFest 2025, a conference dedicated towards individuals in the podcasting industry. And while we weren't quite sure what to expect, it ended up being such a great opportunity for us to learn so many different things about the industry that we really didn't know, because for the past 2 years or so, we've been just going along and as something comes up, we try to find a fix or make it work. But this was working with individuals, gaining a lot of their insight and really looking forward to what's coming up next. So as a part of the process, we had the opportunity to also all get together and meet in person. So I know in previous episodes, we've talked about Dr. Dan Florell, who we're really excited to have joining us here at Psyched Practice. And it was such a great time to be able to talk not only for the podcast, but as well as the CEUs and really how we're hoping to blend this. And wow, it was just an excellent place that we were able to pull so much information from. So maybe getting into what to expect and kind of what we took away from this. So one of the biggest pieces that really stood out to all three of us was how important engagement and outreach are. So we were really able to sit down and listen into these different workshops where they talked about utilizing social media, but also utilizing blog posts and newsletters and really creating an email engagement piece of that as well. So we are hoping to revamp that. So along with the drop of this episode, we're hoping to start posting some blogs from previous episodes that we're also looking to have for CE credits. Also taking some time to really start engaging more on social media. It's been something that we've been pretty inconsistent with, and we're looking to change that. So whether it's Instagram, Facebook, our Facebook group, or LinkedIn, please check us out. We're going to be posting polls. We're going to be posting kind of these open-ended questions, really working to hear from you. What about the episodes that stand out to you, what you want to hear more of, and how we can really make Psyched Practice fit for you. Another really exciting thing that came from PodFest was the importance of diversifying platforms. And so we know many listeners are coming to us from Apple Music as well as Spotify. What we were surprised to hear is YouTube. So we're hoping to take our backlog and uploading them to our YouTube channel as well. So please, if you're not already, go and subscribe to us on YouTube. And we're going to be really trying to take all of those previous episodes and converting them over. Now, we've been an audio podcast here for the entire time that Psyched Practice has been around, and we're hoping to really take some time to create a studio. When we're doing our recordings, we're able to provide you with some quality content. So when we do have that studio space fully set up, we're actually looking to then transition over into an audio and a video platform. However, we want to make sure that if you do enjoy listening to your podcast on YouTube, we're there and you're able to enjoy us in the way that best fits for you. And along those lines, we're also looking to really refine down some of our process within the podcast. So being able to make sure we keep clear to our message has been one of the most important pieces that has come from this. And so we're hoping to change a bit of our interview process as well as our conversations between Ray and I and some of the editing pieces, because what we found as we were going back over some of the past episodes is we have some great messages and some great points that we're looking to get to, but it's not always coming across the clearest. So we're really looking to try to challenge that so that way the messages that are most important are getting to you. So between our social media changes, some of the changes to the format of the podcast, as well as, again, the blog posts, the newsletter, Psyched Practice is really developing. Again, it was such a great opportunity to attend PodFest, to network with some individuals, to get some really, really valuable insight. And I think there's going to be a few individuals from PodFest that you might be hearing in your feed here soon when we're bringing them on as guests. So please look forward to that. We're really looking to refine our process. So whether it's the podcast or our CEUs, we're providing you with the best quality content and material to elevate your practice, then really bring that value in with your clients. So stay tuned because we are psyched for what's coming and we want to share that with you. But until then, be well and stay psyched. information contained in this podcast and on the Psyched to Practice website is intended for informational and educational purposes only. Nothing in this podcast or on the website is intended to be a substitute for professional, psychological, psychiatric, educational, or medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Please note that no professional-patient relationship is formed here, and similarly, no supervisory or consultative relationship is formed between the host, guests, and listeners of this podcast. If you need the qualified advice of a mental health professional or practitioner, please contact services in your area. Similarly, if you need supervision on clinical matters, please locate a supervisor with experience to fit your professional needs.